Hello, this is Levi Costello. I'm doing another app review in regards to the review app. As you can see, I've completed all of the videos accordingly and allow me to show you more about what we have accomplished. Now, in the review app, you're going to be reviewing a lot of things. Sadly, though, my app entirely does not necessarily connect to the network. It's the same issue with the Geocache app where the network is not working correctly. I've tried several times with the Postman, MongoDB, and the server setup. The main things that, like, I now have an emulator working, and as you can see, I'm using localhost 3000, and the DB is also using the MongoDB line that is connecting me directly to the server. Um, I checked several errors. I've adjusted the lines. I've changed the passwords. I've created several new clusters. Um, the information is not necessarily accessing this time, whereas in the Geocache app, I have been able to display everything within the seed, but this time it's not being displayed. Um, and it's a bit concerning, but for overall, I'm still working with it. I think I have a special issue that I'm trying to fix. Um, I'm not necessarily sure all that is happening. Like, I'm using the normal IP address and the cluster. The cluster is set up accordingly and is connected. Everything of like three different clusters projects now. But anyways, going off to the code because I want to show that I understand how this is processed. Now, like the geocache, we have a server section and a mobile section. The server takes in information regarding the API and the DB, which will allow me to connect to a current server and get the exact information from this project, and then the mobile will be able to collect information from the server. Now, now things to like pay attention to is the sign-in section, which takes in a different information to verify the body and the password, so that way the user is able to be connected in. And the user is basic, and the password and the username is very basic. And if it's incorrect, it'll send an invalid password. If it's not correct, it'll send in. If it is correct, it'll let you log in, so that way you can see the different restaurants and the different views that are stated. One thing that's unique that I remember that we did is that we used a password in a hidden token to make sure that it is not seeable. If I can find that, it was the middleware authorization. Um, this this one blocks off the authorization. This one is the block authorization. I'll get to that in a bit later, but the password is hidden in the token, so that way it's not necessarily seen directly by everyone else, and it's hidden so that way it's more disclosed. We have the restaurant index itself, which picks out the each of the restaurants. We have the sign in, which sets up the sign in for uh, sign in part, and we have the resection, which sets up how their documents are going to be displayed when presented on each of the different restaurants. We have an authentication, which is used to block people off from certain websites if they don't have the correct sign in. Luckily, we do, but this site is plugged into the different sign-ins, the index, the reviews, and the restaurants. As you can see, like right here, we're calling the middleware authorization to guarantee further safety into this review app. One thing that this app is different from the Geocache app is that it's showing a lot more safety and security into what we are doing in controlling the whole app itself. Moving on more into the app itself, we have the different screens. We have the create your account screen, which does some displaying, initialization, list, restaurant details. This is more just like set up and display. The main things that I was focusing on a lot was the API, which was definitely helping me try to get in, and making sure that I can run the code. The index itself is partially the hub, but then also grabs using the Create Stack Navigator, which navigates between the different restaurants and the sign-in page. Um, And then components, we have the different navigation buttons, forms, list, navigations. Throughout the whole review, we didn't do too much coding wise. We did mainly more setup and API port routes and stuff to develop and make sure that the server itself is running and more influential. Other than that, it's a pretty good app. To show you a bit of what the process would look like, so that way it's understandable, is that you would sign in, and once you sign in, they'll send you to different restaurants. You click the restaurants, and once you click the restaurants, you would submit it, and then you can either type in your own review, and you can write a review, and it would just stay there. After a while, it would refresh, and it would go back to its normal state. Yeah, that's the app, and I'll see you guys next time.